Freedom, about 100 years ago or so, was divided into pieces. It was divided into personal liberty and economic liberty. Our job as freedom fighters now is to bring that concept back together. Freedom isn't anything more than individual. We get our individual freedom and our right to life from our Creator, so it's the protection of liberty that we must have. Now, why so many people shun from this? Liberals will shun from it because they're afraid that you might spend your money the wrong way and you might not take care of yourself. But in a free society, there should be a lot of responsibility. But on the other side of the aisle, the conservatives don't want you to spend your money because they're afraid you might spend it on gambling or something else. But
my money, my problem.
Sometimes people do. Sometimes when they have the freedom, some will do bizarre things in the name of religion. You might not like it, but so there's an element of tolerance that we might have. Some people may spend their money in a wasteful manner. But the one thing that we should not resort to, and what we have resorted to for the last 35 years, is go off on a wild tangent that we are going to tell the people what they can put in their mouths and what they can smoke and what they can drink, and it's none of the government's business. We're at a point now where if you want to drink raw milk, you have to get permission from the government. I would think that you ought to have the right to drink raw milk if you want to. And we are also at the point now when the states are fighting the unconstitutional regulation of the use of drugs in places in California and others, where they literally are saying in a very, very reserved manner, say that somebody who is sick, you can use medicinal marijuana. So what does our federal government comes in? Overrules the state, which they should never do, take away and put people who are that are sick, dying with cancer, and putting them in prison for smoking marijuana, even though the law permits them. We don't need any of that. Out there, and you have to take it into consideration. But problems that should be solved should be done by individuals, by family, and local influences, our churches, and our community. Once you get the nanny states, somebody up here regulating and dictating the whole economy and our personal lives, we get into the mess we have now. The wonderful thing that's happening now is there is an opportunity now like never before.
That's right!
The problems are out there. The bankruptcy is coming, the dollar is going down, inflation is coming back, the foreign policy is a failure, and they still haven't figured it out that we don't and should not threaten or even approach the idea of bombing Iran. That's insane. So this is a great message, and we will continue with it, as obviously you are doing. I want to compliment all those, the committee, there are 4 or 5 or 6, and so many others who helped to bring this rally together, and they deserve a lot of credit for it. I do want to mention a little bit of how we will continue our fight for liberty. And I just want to ask, have any of you heard about the new organization, Campaign for Liberty? If you haven't joined, please join us. We still need a few more members, but let me tell you, our first big project is to get all of you, plus more, to come to Minneapolis on September 2nd. Building, and believe me, Jesse, the press secretary, is getting a lot of calls from the media. They're paying attention. Besides, we're not going to be confrontational. We're not going to try to close down the Republican convention. But I tell you what, their convention is going to be so boring. They're going to be coming over to cover ours. That we had a lot of people, And next week we're going to have a new website where you literally sign up to find out how many. You know, we started off with a small little area, and I thought, well, this is plenty. I thought it was big. They said the place for 5,000 people. I said, how are we going to get 5,000 people? No problem. Now, the staff's always more optimistic than me. I'm cautious. I'm conservative, you know. And I said, okay, we'll bump it up. And we bumped it up to 11. You know what they're doing? They're arguing with me now. They shouldn't argue with me. Don't they know who I am? They're arguing that they have to get a bigger place. So I don't know. That's right. Yeah, it would be embarrassing, though, if we have a bigger place and less few people. So I don't know. We'll wait and see. We have a month or so yet on that. But the excitement is building. The excitement in this crowd. And just today I learned, I don't know if I had these numbers right. Somebody from New Hampshire said they have like 40 people that have a chance of winning in the state legislature there. Somebody else told me that they had 20 running out in Montana. And who knows, we might not come to so many more, and you probably know about it. And we want to continue to help and you know, spread this message. So believe me, I have come to the conclusion that there is a revolution going on. Revolution, because I feel so positive about it. I say I'm reluctant about my skills, but I have no doubt whatsoever about the message. And the message is so powerful, so American. And I'll tell you what, we don't have many choices in this country. You don't have the choice of maintaining the status quo. Because you can't maintain the status quo. You can't keep going on like we are limping along. So if we do nothing, if we don't win, it's downhill, less liberty as is occurring. Less personal freedoms, more foreign meddling, more inflation, all those problems. So we have a responsibility. Everybody in this crowd has a lot more responsibility than those who didn't come. Right. And remember, revolutions occur not by 51% of the population. They occur by 3 or 4 or 5%. And we have